I never thought I would see him again. For many years, I worked, I walked home, and I watched the same sky. I lived a quiet life. Nothing big happened. But one day, everything changed. That day, my past walked into my life again. My name is Hannah. I am 31 years old. I live in Las Vegas. It is a busy city, full of lights, noise, and people. But my life is not like the city. My life is simple. I wake up early every day. I take the bus and go to work. I work at a small hotel near the end of the strip. I clean rooms, change towels, and make beds. It is not an easy job, but I do it with care. I do not earn much, but it is enough to pay rent and buy food. I live alone. My parents died when I was young. I have no brothers or sisters. I have no husband or children. I do not go out much. I do not have many friends. My world is small, but I am used to it. When I was young, I loved someone. His name was Oliver. We met at school. He was tall and always smiling. He helped me with homework. I helped him with reading. We sat together at lunch. We talked about music and school and dreams. We were best friends. One day, Oliver held my hand. I looked at him and he smiled. That day, everything changed. We were not just friends anymore. He became my first love. After school, Oliver said he wanted to go to New York. He wanted to study business. I wanted to go too, but I could not. My parents were gone, and I had to work. I needed to take care of myself. I will come back for you, he said. I will wait, I said. At first, he called me every week. We talked about his school, my job, and how much we missed each other. I smiled every time I heard his voice. I looked at my phone every morning, hoping to see a message from him. But slowly, his calls became short. Then they stopped. I sent messages, but he did not reply. Days passed. Weeks passed. Then years passed. I still waited. I told myself he would come back. I believed his words, but deep inside, I knew something had changed. I still worked at the hotel. I cleaned the same rooms, walked the same halls. I saw couples, families, and happy people every day. I smiled at them, but I felt empty inside. Then one Friday afternoon, everything changed. I was cleaning room 504. The guests had just left. I picked up the towels and started to clean the bathroom. Then I heard a voice behind me. Hannah? I turned. My heart stopped. I knew that voice. It was Oliver. He looked older. He wore a blue shirt and nice shoes. His hair was short, and he had a small scar on his cheek. His eyes were the same, but his smile was smaller. Oliver, I said. My voice was soft. He smiled. It's good to see you. I stood still. I didn't know what to say. My hands were wet from the sink. I dried them on my apron. What are you doing here? I asked. I'm here for work, he said. A meeting. Just for a few days. I'm staying here at this hotel. I looked at him. This hotel? Yes. I asked the lady at the front desk if you still worked here. She said yes. So I came to find you. I gave a small smile. You found me. He looked at the room. You look good. You look different, I said. He laughed a little. Yes, I guess I changed. There was a short silence. Then he said, Do you want to have coffee later? I have time after 5. I didn't answer right away, but I said, Okay. That evening, I went home and changed my clothes. I wore a clean blouse and brushed my hair. I took the bus to a cafe near the park. Oliver was already there. He stood up when he saw me. You're early, I said. I couldn't wait, he said. We sat at a small table near the window. The cafe was quiet. Only a few people were there. He asked me about my life. I told him I still worked at the hotel. I told him I lived alone in a small flat not far from work. He told me about his job. He worked for a company that sold things online. He said he flew to many cities. He said he was tired of travel. He said he wanted a quiet life. He looked at his phone many times. It made me sad. He did not do that before. Are you busy? I asked. He smiled. Always. But I'm happy to see you. I smiled, but it felt small. We finished our drinks. He paid. We walked outside. He said, Let's meet again soon. I nodded. Maybe. The next morning, I left for work early. I passed the same cafe. I looked through the window. My heart felt heavy. Oliver was there, but he was not alone. He sat with a woman. She was young. She had long brown hair and a red jacket. She smiled at him. She touched his arm. He looked at her the way he used to look at me. I stood outside. I watched for a moment. Then I walked away. My hands felt cold. My eyes felt wet, but I did not cry. At work, I cleaned room 206. I moved slowly. I kept thinking of that red jacket, that smile, that touch. That night, I sat in my flat. I looked at the wall. I felt like I was still waiting, but I was tired. He came back, but not for me. He was not the same boy from school. I was not the same girl either. I stood up. I washed my face. I made tea. I looked at the lights of the city outside my window. He came back, but I was still here, still standing, still strong. And maybe now, I could let him go. Before I share the rest of my story, I need to know, where are you listening from? Knowing someone hears me, understands me, gives me strength. The next few days at work were slow. I moved from room to room, cleaning beds and folding towels. But my mind was not at work. I thought about Oliver. I thought about the woman with him. I tried to stop, but I couldn't. I still remembered his smile. I still remembered how he used to laugh. But the man I saw in the cafe was not the same. He looked happy, but he did not look happy with me. One afternoon, I saw him again. I was walking in the hallway on the second floor. He came out of room 210. He was on his phone. He almost did not see me. "Hannah," he said. "Hi." I smiled a little. "Hi. Are you okay?" he asked. "I'm fine," I said. But I was not fine. He put his phone in his pocket. "I was going to call you," he said. "It's okay," I said. "You don't have to." "I want to," he said. "You are important to me." I looked at him. "But you're not the same. And I don't think I am important to you now." He was quiet for a moment. Then he said, "Let's talk. Please. After work." I did not answer. I walked past him. My heart was full of pain. That evening I went to the small shop near my flat. I needed bread and eggs. When I came out of the shop, I saw Oliver across the street. He was walking with the same woman. They were holding hands. He did not see me, but I saw enough. That night, I sat on the floor of my flat. I looked around at the small room. The walls were white. The light was soft. I felt very small. For many years, I waited for him. I did not see other people. I did not try to love someone else. I thought he would come back and choose me. But he came back and chose someone else. The next morning, I woke up early. I made tea and stood by the window. The sky was gray. The city was quiet. I thought about the past. I remembered our school days. I remembered the way he used to bring me cookies. I remembered how we walked together and shared secrets. That time felt like a dream now. That boy was gone. At work, I said hello to my coworkers. I smiled and cleaned like always. But something inside me was different. Later, as I was putting clean towels in the cupboard, my manager walked by. "Hannah," he said. "Good job this week." "Thank you," I said. Then he looked at me again. "You okay?" "I will be," I said. That evening, I decided to take a walk. I put on my jacket and walked to the small park behind the hotel. There were flowers and benches. The lights were soft. I sat on a bench and looked up at the sky. A few minutes later, I heard footsteps. I turned. It was Oliver. "Hi," he said. I did not speak. "I was looking for you," he said. "I went to your flat. I saw the light was off." I looked at him. "I was here, just thinking." "Can I sit?" he asked. I moved a little. He sat beside me. "I'm sorry," he said. "I should have told you." "Told me what?" I asked. "That I'm not the same," he said. "That I have a different life now. that I met someone. I looked at the flowers. You didn't just meet her, Oliver. You're with her. You hold her hand. You smile at her. I know, he said. But when I saw you again, I didn't know how I felt. I still care about you. You care, I said. But not enough. He was quiet. Then he said, I don't want to hurt you. But you already did, I said. And you don't even see it. I didn't plan this, he said. I didn't come here to break your heart. No, I said. You broke it long ago. When you stopped calling. When you left and didn't come back. I was young. I didn't know what I wanted, he said. I knew, I said. I wanted you. I waited. I believed your words. He looked down. I'm sorry. I stood up. I think it's time to stop waiting. I think it's time to choose me. He stood too. Are you sure? Yes, I said. This is my city. This is my life. And I need to live it without you now. Oliver looked at me. He looked like he wanted to say more, but he didn't. He just nodded. Then he turned and walked away. I watched him go. I felt my chest hurt, but it was a different kind of pain. It was a clean pain, a strong one. I sat on the bench again. I looked at the lights. I heard people laughing in the distance. For the first time in many years, I did not feel empty. I felt free. I was still Hannah. I still had my small flat. I still worked at the hotel. But something inside me had changed. I was not waiting anymore. I walked home slowly. The air was cool. The night was quiet. I made tea and sat near the window. Maybe one day someone will come who chooses me first. But even if no one does, I will be okay. Because now I choose myself. The next few days were quiet. I did my job. I cleaned rooms. I changed beds. I washed floors. I smiled at guests. But I did not feel happy. My smile was not real. My heart felt heavy. I did not sleep well at night. I did not feel hungry. I thought about Oliver. I thought about the woman with him. I tried to stop, but I could not. At night, I looked out my window. I saw the lights of the city. I saw people walking. I saw cars. I saw couples holding hands. I felt alone. But I told myself, you are strong. You can be okay. On Wednesday, I saw him again. I was walking to the bus stop after work. I had a small bag with fruit and milk. The sun was going down. The sky was pink and the wind was cold. My back hurt from cleaning all day. I looked down as I walked. Then I heard someone call my name. Hannah! I turned. It was Oliver. He ran a little to reach me. He looked tired, but he smiled. Hi, he said. How are you? I'm fine, I said. And you? He looked at me for a moment. I'm okay. We stood there in silence. I looked at the street. He looked at me. Then he spoke again. You saw me at the cafe, didn't you? I looked at the ground. I did not answer right away. He sighed. Her name is Claire. She is a friend from work. She came with me for the meeting. That's all. I looked at him. She touched your hand, I said. He looked away. Yes, I know, but it was nothing. I was quiet for a moment. Then I said, I waited for you, Oliver. He looked at me again. His face was still. You said you would come back, I said. I waited for years. I thought maybe you forgot me. I thought maybe you met someone new. But I waited. I didn't forget you, he said. I thought about you many times. Life got busy. I didn't know what to say anymore. You said nothing, I said. That was worse than saying goodbye. He stepped closer. I wanted to say sorry. I wanted to see you. That's why I came to find you. But you came with her, I said. My voice was low. He looked tired. She is not my girlfriend, but I don't know what I want anymore. Everything feels different now. I stood still. My hands felt cold. I held my bag close to my chest. I think you do know what you want, I said. You just don't want to say it. He didn't speak. We stood on the sidewalk next to the bus stop. Cars passed by. A man walked his dog. A woman pushed a baby stroller. Someone laughed on the other side of the street. But for me, everything was quiet. Oliver looked at me one more time. Take care of yourself, Hannah. You too, I said. Then he walked away. I watched him go. He crossed the street and turned the corner. I stood there for a long time. Then my bus came. I got on and sat near the window. I looked outside. The lights of the city passed by fast. I saw people talking, eating, laughing. I felt calm. I felt tired. That night, I did not cry. I sat at my table. I made tea. I looked at the lights outside my window. I knew it was over. I knew he was not coming back to me. 2 weeks later, I was at work. It was a sunny morning. I opened the curtains in room 312. The sun came in and made the room bright. I looked outside. I saw the street, the cars, and the blue sky. I felt quiet. I felt okay. Later, I went down to clean the hotel lobby. I picked up trash near the door. The front desk clerk called to me. Hannah, a letter came for you. I walked over. A letter? Yes, he said. It was left this morning. A man dropped it off. He handed me an envelope. It had no name, no stamp, just Hannah, written on the front. I opened it. Inside was a small piece of paper. It said, "Thank you for waiting. I'm sorry I was too late. I wish you peace and happiness. There was no name, but I knew who it was from. I held the paper in my hand. I did not cry. I did not smile wide, but I smiled a little. A quiet smile. A real one. I put the paper in my bag and went back to work. I cleaned the floor. I pushed my cart. I moved from room to room. That evening I took the long way home. I passed the cafe. I did not look inside. I kept walking. I passed the park. I saw children playing. I sat on a bench. I watched the sky change from blue to orange. I thought about Oliver. I thought about the girl I was when I loved him. I thought about the woman I am now. I waited for someone who did not come back the way I hoped. But now I understand. He was not mine to wait for. I still have work. I still have my little home. I still have the sky above me and the ground under my feet. I do not know what comes next, but I know this. I am enough. I will not wait for someone who cannot stay. This time, I will choose myself. And this time, I will not look back. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, comment, and share. More emotional and inspiring stories are coming soon.